Good morning, class 12. Let's start. Today we are going to do preparation of alkyl halides from alcohols. So, from alcohols, we have 4 methods. First is reaction of alcohols with phosphorus halides. Phosphorus halides means PCl5 or PCl3. Second is reaction of alcohols with thionyl chloride, that is SOCl2. And the last is reaction of alcohols with halogen acids. So we have 3 methods. First, reaction of alcohols with phosphorus halides, either PCl5 or PCl3. Next is thionyl chloride. Last one is halogen acids. So first of all, I'll be focusing on PCl5. So alcohols reacts with phosphorus pentachloride to produce respective alkyl halides. Like C2H5OH reacts with PCl5 to produce C2H5Cl plus POCl3 plus hydrogen chloride gas. Okay. Next, C2H5OH reacts with phosphorus trichloride. Now this is under the first part. Okay. C2H5OH reacts with phosphorus trichloride to produce C2H5Cl, okay, plus phosphorus acid H3PO3. This is the reaction. I think it is balanced. Yes. Next we move to reaction of alcohols with thionyl chloride. C2H5OH, same alcohol I am taking, ethyl alcohol or ethanol, reacts with thionyl chloride. Now this particular process is termed as the Darzin's process. Obviously the mixture has to be heated to some extent and we get alkyl halide, that is C2H5Cl plus SO2 plus HCl, both of which are in gaseous state. Okay. Now this is the best method. This one is the best method for the preparation of the alkyl halide. Why? Because the other 2 side products formed are gaseous in nature, so they leave the reaction mixture. Okay. Now one thing we need to know, that in case of phosphorus halides, this particular method gives good yield of primary halides, while secondary and tertiary alkyl halides are obtained in lesser amount. Okay. Now we move to reaction of alcohols with halogen acids. Now here, since we are using halogen acids, the order of reactivity of the halogen acids I have already done in the previous video, that is HI greater than HBr greater than HCl. That is the order of the halogen acids. Okay, HF we do not use. Now this particular reaction is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction in which halide ions acts as a nucleophile. Okay, here we know alcohol reacts with the halogen acids in presence of some dehydrating agent. Now that dehydrating agent can be either concentrated sulfuric acid or anhydrous zinc chloride. Right? Now it's an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction, and the order of the nucleophilicity of the halide ions is given as this: I negative greater than Br negative greater than Cl negative. Okay. Now usually this reaction proceeds via carbocation intermediate. That means this one. If I write a general one, ROH plus HX, where ROH is my general alcohol, HX my general halogen acid. If I use some dehydrating agent, the common one I am using, concentrated H2SO4. So what will happen? Here, first step, my protonation will be happening. So what do I get? ROH2 and X negative is generated. Now this OH2 moves out. So we get what? We get carbocation, that is R positive, and H2O moves out as the leaving group. Next, X negative attacks this carbocation to form alkyl halide or RX. This is the general pattern of the reaction. Now R group can be ethyl, methyl, etc. X can be your I, BrCl, etc. Now one thing we need to know, generally the reaction proceeds via carbocation intermediate, but we need to know this, if R group is a primary alkyl group, then the reaction must proceed via SN2 mechanism. If R group is a tertiary alkyl group, then the reaction should proceed via SN1 mechanism. We know what is SN1 and SN2. SN1 is actually proceeding via the carbocation intermediate. It's a two-step mechanism. And if I talk about SN2, SN2 is usually one-step mechanism where backside attack is occurring. Okay, that is your SN2. So you need to remember this. Though it's said that this particular reaction proceeds usually via carbocation, you need to know if R group is a primary alkyl group, suppose methyl, ethyl, it should proceed via SN2. That means backside attack of the halide ion will be occurring. If this R group is a tertiary alkyl group, like tertiary butyl group, in that case it must proceed via the carbocationic step. Okay. So next, that means if I give the order with respect to carbocation intermediate, then what should I write? This is the these are the order of halogen acids and the nucleophiles. If I write the order with respect to alcohols, 3 degree alcohol greater than 2 degree alcohol greater than 1 degree alcohol. If I am considering with respect to carbocation step, that means if my alkyl group is your tertiary alkyl group, maximum that carbocation will be stabilized. That's why I am saying 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree. If I am focusing on SN1 mechanism. But if I focus on SN2 mechanism, the reverse order will be there. This will be discussing when we are going to do the SN1, SN2 mechanism in details. Okay, next, when C2H5OH reacts with HCl in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride, we get C2H5Cl plus H2O. Now what is the role of the zinc chloride? So anhydrous zinc chloride helps to cleave the CO bond. This CO bond, because this C2H5OH means what? This bond is there. An alcohol contains COH bond, right? So it helps to cleave the CO bond. This bond, it's cleaved by anhydrous ZnCl2. Zinc chloride, being a Lewis acid, readily coordinates with the oxygen atom of alcohols. Consequently, CO bond weakens and finally breaks to form the respective carbocation. Okay, the carbocation then readily reacts with chloride ion to form the chloroalkane. Okay, now again I am saying if it is a tertiary alkyl group, then only carbocation will be formed. If it is a primary alkyl group, backside attack of the halide ion will be occurring again. Tertiary alcohols, being highly reactive, can react readily with concentrated HCl even in absence of zinc chloride. We know if it is tertiary alkyl chloride, if it's a tertiary alkyl halide, then obviously it must proceed via the carbocation form. So in that position it is highly stable, because we know 3 degree carbocations are highly stable due to Plassey effect or hyperconjugation effect. Next, alkyl bromides. Alkyl bromides can be obtained by heating alcohol with KBr in presence of excess of concentrated H2SO4. This one, C2H5OH plus KBr plus H2SO4 concentrated. This is concentrated. What do we get? C2H5Br plus KHSO4 plus H2O. Okay, and heat is there. Mixture of KBr and H2SO4 is not used in case of secondary and tertiary and new alcohols to prevent their dehydration, because usually if we use secondary, tertiary or new alcohols, then elimination occurs and we get alkenes as the major product. Elimination reaction also we are going to do the mechanism in the next videos. Okay, last preparation, the reaction is known as Hans-Diker reaction. Now this was the preparation from alcohols. Under that we had three subparts. First of all from phosphorus halides, next from thionyl chloride, and last from the halogen acids. Now next we have Hans-Deiker reaction. In Hans-Deiker reaction, silver acetate salt is taken it is allowed to react with bromine in CCl4 solvent. Okay, the product that we get is CH3Br. Then carbon dioxide gas evolved. Carbon dioxide gas evolved plus AgBr gets precipitated. Okay, so these are the things, and this particular reaction proceeds via free radical mechanism. The mechanism is not required, just know this proceeds via free radical mechanism. So that's it, class 12. Thank you.